Discovering Isnag culture. There are various names that have been used to differentiate the Isnags. Firstly, the Spaniards called them the Los Apayaos probably because the Isnags lived close in the rivers, and Los Mandayas, taken from the Isnag term meaning upstream. In 1923, they were the last ethnic group to be conquered by the American colonialists. Before, they had no collective name. Instead, they referred to themselves based on their residence or whether they live upstream or downstream. At present, they are commonly known as Isnegs, which came from an Ilocano word itneg that means inhabitants of the Tineg River. The Isnegs have always built their settlements on the small hills that lie along the large rivers of the province. This whole territory used to be two sub-provinces, Kalinga and Apayao, when the whole of the Cordillera region was still a single political subdivision. The Kalinga group occupies the southern half of the consolidated province. With the former capital located in Tabuk, Kalinga, much of the economic and political activity in the province was concentrated in the southern half. Sharing the same territory with the Isneg are the Agay, about whom little has been written. To the northwest of the province, occupying mostly parts of the mountainous eastern border of Ilocos Norte, live the Yapayao. The Yapayao are descended from the Apayao group that fled Spanish colonialism and settled at the source of the Bolo River, deep in the mountains of Kalinga and Apayao. This group eventually split into two, the Isneg, who moved downstream, and the Apayao, who remained by the Bolo River source. The Yapayao is a subgroup of the upstream Apayao who later moved to Ilocos Norte, specifically to the two towns of Dumalneg and Adams. Tradition and costumes. The common practice of division of labor based on physical strength and gender is evident. The man prepares the clearing for planting. He also engages in hunting, fishing, and the building of houses and boats. Where the metal plow has been introduced in recent times, plowing has been added to his schedule of activities. The woman plants weeds, harvests rice, prepares the meals, maintains vegetable gardens, and rears children. In the old days, the man built high fences around the house yard to protect the family from enemies and head-taking groups. The Isneg woman traditionally gives birth in a kneeling position using a mushroom as a talisman to ensure a successful delivery. The umbilical cord, cut with a bamboo silver, is mixed with the rest of the afterbirth, tied up with ginger and herbs, and buried in a coconut shell under the house. The formation of the Isneg family begins with the rites of courtship. The girl's parents allow this to take place in their house and in their presence. If the suitor has become acceptable to the girl's parents and to her, he may be allowed to sleep with her. This may last for several nights, and it is likely that a sexual relationship takes place, after which the couple's parents engage in the manadog or discussion of terms in marriage. The arrangement is called agyan ya lalaki if it is decided that the couple should live with the parents of the woman, gimanlid if with those of the man, and dinoyan if with both sets of parents alternately. Recent years have shown, though, that young Isneg couples prefer sumangabalay or independent residence. Also discussed in the manadog is the amount of the tadog bride price, which includes Chinese jars or plates, bolos, beads, animals, Ilocano clothes, and coconut trees. The tadog substantially higher if the couple opts for the gimanlid arrangement. The man may be required to work for the family of the girl for a year or so. This usually happens when the tadog is high but the man is a desirable acquisition. Isneg religious beliefs and practices. The spiritual world of the Isneg is populated by more than 300 anitos, who assume various forms. There are no gods or hierarchical deities in the other world of the Isneg, only good or bad spirits. And what you are looking right now in the screen is an Anito figure. The chief spirits are Anlaban, who looks after the general welfare of the people and is recognized as the special protector of hunters. Bago, the spirit of the forest, and the Sirinan, the river spirit. They may take the form of human beings or former mortals who mix with the living, who reside in bathing places. They may be animals with the features of a carabao, for example, and live in a cave under the water. They may be giants who live somewhere in the vicinity of a bill. They may be spirits are guarding the foot and center of the ladder going up to the sky world, seeing to it that mortals do not ascend this ladder. Most of the spirits, however, are the souls of mortals and exhibiting human traits when living as mortals. Some spirits can bring hardship into the life of the Isnag. One such spirit is Landusan, who is held responsible for some cases of extreme poverty. Those believed to be suffering from the machinations of this spirit are said to be malandusan or impoverished. But the Isneg are not entirely helpless against these scheming spirits. They can arm themselves bequeathed to mortals by the benevolent spirits. This amulet is a small herb called tagarut, which grows in the forest but is hard to find. At harvest time, a wide assortment of male and female spirits attends to the activities of the Isnegs, performing either good or bad works that affect the lives of people. There are spirits who come to help the reapers in gathering the harvest. They are known as Abad, Aglalanawan, Anat, Binusilan, Dawilian, Dekat, Dumingiw, Imbanon, Gimbanonan, Ginalinan, Sibo, and a group of sky dwellers collectively known as the Ilanit. On the other hand, there are spirits who prefer to cause harm rather than help with the harvest. These are Alupundan, who causes the reaper's toes to get sore all over and swell. Arurin, who sees to it that the harvest is bad if the Isneg farmers fail to give her share. Dagdagamian, a female spirit who causes sickness in children for playing in places where the harvest is being done. Darupaypay, who devours the palay stored in the hut before it is transferred to the granary. Ginoodan, who comes to measure the containers of palay and causes it to dwindle. Sildado, from soldado meaning soldier, who resembles a horse and kills children who play noisily outside the house, and Inargay, who kills people during harvest time. When inapugan, a ritual plant is offered to Inargay, the following prayer is recited by the Isneg farmer. Iapug ko iyaw Inargay ta dinaami patpatay. Or, I offer this betel to you, Inargay, so that you may not kill us. Many rituals are connected with the agricultural cycle. The daily life on the Sweden, which includes clearing, planting, and harvesting. The nature provides signs and portents that signal the start of specific activities. There are rituals related to life in the Sweden, to rice, and to the community as a whole. Rituals. One of the important rituals is the Sayam, which is performed before an assembly of people for important social occasions, such as a successful headhunt in the past, the removal of mourning clothes, and other events left to the discretion of wealthy families. The tribal life Isneg society did not develop a form of village leadership is strong enough to be recognized as an indigenous political authority by all Isneg communities in the region. A possible reason for the absence of a centralized rule is the small size of villages or hamlets, and thus the small population of males that could be harnessed to form an army strong enough to bring other villages under its control. Isneg clothing. In ceremonies, women wear a lot of colorful ornaments and clothings, and men wear G-strings, usually of blue color, a bag, and bado, upper garment.